Hi, my name is Cece, and I'm here to answer a question that nobody asked. Why are there so many side chicks in the world? Okay, see, I have a theory, and it's based on, well, real life. You see, a lot of women are raised by women who have low self esteem. So those women grow up having low self esteem. Epigenetics. No, that's not epigenetics, but close. Yeah, like, so many people were told by their mothers and grandmothers, take what you can get. It doesn't matter how you get it as long as you get it. So if you have to be a man's mistress, third wife, concubine, whatever you want to call it, go and do that. Especially if he has a little bit of money, because apparently that's better than nothing. Now, you see, some of these girls, if they have maybe a wee bit of self esteem, would ask themselves, oh, but can't I, like, go out and find a man who loves me for me? And they'll tell them all these myths. These women who've never actually been in happy relationships themselves will tell them all these myths like, no, men don't care about that. They only care about looks. So, like, yeah, just be pretty and shut up. Yeah, nobody will care about you anyway. And so, as it's like crushing these girls and these women more and more as they get older until like they're just they have basically no self-esteem. Imagine like believing that the only thing about you that's worth something is the way you look, like for real. Believing that nobody of the gender that you find attractive would appreciate you as a person. Yeah, no, that they don't care about love and connection. Yeah, that's just not true, is it? I mean, that's the kind of opinion that you'd gather if all you knew about guys was what you read in like YouTube comment sections or alpha male podcasts.
Editing CC here, and I think one of the things that causes this for the older generations is the fact that women and men used to live very segregated lives. So even as kids, they were not hanging out and integrating. I mean, remember, for a long time, girls couldn't even go to school. So, yeah, they were essentially learning about each other from like older genders, people who are older than them who obviously have their own agendas on how they want boys and girls to behave. Because remember, women is like basically you are, as a girl, sorry, you are basically a housewife in training. And then for boys, you are a hunter gatherer. So what you're learning about each other way back then was extreme stereotypes. Anyway, back to the vid.
But like, I don't know if you know men in real life, especially if you know men like outside of a romantic setting. Like you grew up having friends of both genders. You don't typically come to this kind of opinion because, like, you know that men have feelings. Yeah, no, they do. It's just they're not as. I didn't put on the lipstick. Eesh. Fuck's sake. Um, they're not as, I want to run away and live in a. I want to run away and live in a castle, or I want a white picket fence. They're not as verbal. But really, everyone wants to be loved. Everyone wants to be understood. You see all these thugs that are committing crimes. Yeah, we all joke about how they're fatherless or how like they have like mothers who made poor decisions. Like she's got like 8 baby daddies and 12 kids. Yeah, think about it. So the kids who grow up in that environment are unloved and so they just want love. Or people joke on like, oh yeah, they may have money but like their parents were never home. Like, yeah, so they just want love. Listen, everybody wants love. Everybody wants safety. Everyone wants security. Everyone wants to be understood. So I don't know, maybe yous can go on believing that like, I don't know, men, whether it's rich or poor men or anything in between that interact with you, yeah, don't care about all that. Yeah, but like, I'm not gonna do that because of what I've experienced in life. I can't ignore all of that and go with what people who have clearly never actually been loved are saying. But mind you, they tell him all this stuff. They raise him to get the scraps. They tell him all this stuff, and it works. It works for some people. In fact, some people they move up the ranks from mistress to second wife. Yeah, from side ting. Yeah, they move up the ranks in it from side ting all the way to second wife. Listen, it works for them. I'm not saying that like, oh, all this stuff is like, oh, it doesn't work, but like these psychological hits that you have to take in order to get there from that is like you had to have been attention starved differently. Yeah, you had to have been attention starved differently for you to be able to sit and stomach that kind of situation. Especially if you're like, especially like if you're young, especially like, wow, it's like you didn't even try. Damn. But okay, I mean, it's your life. What was I saying? Like, yeah, the cycle continues. And tons of people do this. It's like everyone gets angry at like people like Share Seven them, but everyone gets angry at people like Share Seven. But I mean, what she's saying is what people back in like your grandma's time and your great grandma's time and all of them were saying. They said the same thing. Some of you, especially these guys who get overly upset at these tricks, some of you don't even know your mothers. Your mother might have told your sister that, and you're out here thinking that she's different to all these women. Like you're using her as the benchmark that these modern women could never pass whole time. I mean, yeah, no, that's interesting. All these guys, they use their mothers and grandmas as like the benchmark of what a good woman is. Whole time is like, who do you think is giving the girls of this generation all the advice to wait, not rush into things? Or the opposite advice of, hey, if as long as he has a little bit of money, like it doesn't matter if you're citing. Who do you think is giving this advice? Who do you think is, yeah, exactly. It's, it's like, oh, it kind of reminds me of when like ooh, but I have to make a video of this. When young women, like in my age bracket or younger, are like, oh yeah, I can't deal with younger guys. They're full of tricks. That's why I date older men. Who do you think taught them to finesse? Are you? I just think that everybody's just not thinking very clearly. Who do you think taught the men to finesse? Exactly. They learned it from their brothers, their older brothers, their uncles, that one guy on ends, their dads, their granddads. Yes, your sweet dearest grandfather was out here teaching your brother or male cousins how to finesse. Girls. Yeah, I know, shocking. It's shocking. I don't think people deep it like the way the stuff you get told by a relative of one gender is very different to what the opposite will tell you. Older people of your gender feel like they have more responsibility to you. Yeah, especially if they're related to you. Yeah, they feel like they have more responsibility to you. So they're gonna give you the advice that will set you up the best in life, the best that they know of anyway in life. And for the opposite, They're gonna be telling them how to avoid. It's like guys, they'll teach their son how to get girls, but teach their daughter how to avoid being played. This stuff's quite interesting, man. But wow, we have greatly veered off the topic of side chicks, but such is life. I mean, that's just this is just how it is. This is just how people are. Damn, I didn't wear my lip gloss, and I had this nice color combo. That I was gonna. It's too late now. I'm on a roll. We're done. We're already done. So yeah. Do you think that side chicks are going to run out anytime soon? Like, no, the world is full of malcontents and miserable people. There will always be people spewing their negative beliefs onto the future generations. And they will grow up with their own negative beliefs and spew them onto the future generations' children. So what does that mean for the rest of us who actually believe in ourselves? That we can have what we want and they're going to suffer. With voids. Okay. I'm so oh, good lord, that's dark. That's dark. But like that's dark, but actually okay, no. Here's a real one. The main takeaway from this should actually be that you can have what you want out of life, and don't let a person who never even believed that they could try, let alone have it, tell you that you can't. That's actually the thing. Because people who never even bothered to try, who didn't even believe from the jump that they could take one step, let alone 10, towards their goal, yeah, will tell you, oh, you can't do it. Ignore them. They don't know what they're taught. You know that meme with the girl? She's nice. She's got. Yeah, just give it a little bit of that.